जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम 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 जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम 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 श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram
Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Ram
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Ram
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Hari Om to everybody. Pranam, pranam. Today, for a change, we shall read out our proposed vision for November. Because as you know, everything has been switched over to the digital pattern. So everybody will be getting it in the form of e-version. Actually, Papa caused in a beautiful way. He caused some statutory problem sometime way back in May, April. So we could not post that, and we had to keep the whole thing for a month. And finally, when it was not forthcoming, we posted it. And later on, this thought also he gave to switch over because it reduces so many things. Many people keep on asking us, what are we to do with the old division? We don't have any answers. So printing, keeping it, and going by the address list, pasting it, and sorting it out on the basis of the PIN code, elaborate process. And then we used to send. And when we had to stop. And when we stopped, only very few people asked why it was not sent. So in order to make us know who is the real aspirant who wants to read, Papa played his part. And then those who have volunteered and given us their address for e-version, that has been registered and now for the past few months we have been posting it on that way. Not posting, sorry, we have been sending it on the first. It is very simple. They can go through it. And last month, Shraddha also sent the, what do you call that? Vocal version. Audio version. So that anybody can hear at any time. And one more thing which we are planning now, last month we made a beginning of sending a newsletter. It will be translated into different languages, a few words. So that will also go every 15th. This will be on every 1st. And that newsletter will be translated in different regional languages like Malayalam, Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, Hindi. So that is also on the annual now. So now going back to the November 23 version, or V version, we will just read out. First comes the poem of Beloved Papa. Love alone is real. My being is love, for my being is light. My thoughts go forth to pierce the heavens, but to turn back to woo the love of my heart. The ocean waves lash against the shores, they raise the foam of love. My love I find everywhere. My love has become this, that and all. Love alone is real. If love is not, all else is useless. Editorial. Normally, as soon as we hear the word love, what wells up in our mind is the sense of closeness or intimacy with an object or a person. At the same time, we have also learned from experience that love based on physical affinity is not long-lasting and therefore a source of misery both to the lover and the loved. It is only when we come in contact with a spiritual preceptor that we understand that love based on the feeling of spiritual oneness is true love. Our Gurudev, Beloved Papa Swami Ramdas, amplifies this theme thus. Divine love is the highest attainment. All spiritual practices should end in the sweet consummation. Love is the end of the quest. See that you are absorbed in God who is love and become an image of Him. Let all our emotions be of love. Life is dry and insipid if it is not filled with love. The words of Peace Pilgrim explains it further. If you have a long face and a chip on your shoulder, if you are not radiant with joy and friendliness, if you are not filled to overflowing with love and goodwill for all beings and creatures and all creation, one thing is certain, you do not know God. If you have a long face and a chip on your shoulder, if you are not radiant with joy and friendliness, if you are not filled to overflowing with love and goodwill for all beings and all creatures and all creation, one thing is certain, you do not know God. This month's issue of the Vision highlights words of various masters on this subject. Nature of True Love by Beloved Papa. Unity and oneness are the true nature of love. Where there is a sense of division, where there is the idea of mine and thine, where there is self-seeking and self-aggrandizement, there does not live true love. Therefore, divine love, which is true love, is impersonal in character and all-pervading in nature. This love is God, and this love is our real being and life. To realize this love is the struggle of every aspirant on the path of God realization. Again, a doubt is raised when two persons are engaged, say in a talk, and out of whom one is a self-realized soul. How would he commune with the other or look at the other, having the consciousness of oneness in him? Of course, it is possible, just as you look at your own reflection in the mirror. There you see distinctly two different forms. One is yourself and the other your own image. But you know that the two are really one. So also your attitude towards all life and manifestation is that you are one with all that appears and moves in this universe. Words of beloved Papa Swami Ramdas. It has often been asked whether divine love is realized and practiced on the dual plane or on the non-dual plane. It is a mistaken belief that love acts merely on the dual plane without an underlying realization of oneness between the lover and the beloved. In fact, the flow of love starts in its outward expression from its basis, which is infinite and impersonal truth. God is infinite love. It is not that we are to love God, but we have to realize God as love. This love is the fundamental attribute of the all-pervading Atman, who is our real being and existence. The moment we have realized that we are this truth, our vision is universalized and we feel our identity with all creatures, beings and things of this globe. In this supreme consciousness of oneness of all life and manifestation, we attain to the perfect fulfillment of love in us and in respect of everything in the world. Words of Puja Mataji, Krishna Bai. Right from the beginning, while I could understand and accept the role played by Papa's love as creator and protector, I could never bring myself to understand how the same universal love which created and protected could also destroy. Over this, when I sat before Papa in the early days, mentally I used to ask him a lot of questions to make me understand how love could play a destructive role as I looked at it. Then Papa enabled me to reach the fifth chakra, and thereafter I began to experience all due to his love only, increasingly a state of emptiness all around me and within me. Everything seemed to vanish into nothingness. And I felt the kind of void that you see when you go outside and look at the sky. Then Papa made me understand what the so-called destruction meant. It was no contradiction of Papa's love at all. It was nothing but the dissolution of everything into nothingness. Nothingness, that is, return to Papa's true state, which meant all void. Words of Puja Swami Satchidananda. Attachment turns to pure love. Attachments to persons can be turned into pure love if you train the mind to look upon those persons as different forms of God. Loving one's own close relation is all right, but in the case of the sadhakas, that love should be transformed to pure love based on seeing God in all of them. There will be no attachment then, even if you move with them closely and remember them often. True love makes us feel oneness with all. True love means loving another, feeling oneness with him. The other may apparently be different, but we really are one. In fact, the whole universe is a single unit of the Saguna Swarupa of our beloved Papa, who himself is the substratum for the manifestation. We are all one, belonging to the universal body of our beloved Papa. When I stand apart from that universal manifestation and look upon all of you as his innumerable and different forms, it gives me great joy, and to go on loving that way is the best thing that we can do. These two, when we say Papa, we should be able to differentiate between what Mataji meant by Papa. Otherwise, there will be some confusion for the person who is reading it for the first time or those who have not been associating with Mataji's thoughts. Mataji uses the word Papa for the all-pervading, indwelling reality. But she will also bring beloved Papa when Papa in form, Swami Ramdas. When Papa revealed this to him, that also she mentioned. So we have to write somewhere there. Love God and above all else. Devotee. Under what condition does one see God? Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. Cry to the Lord with an intensely yearning heart and you will certainly see Him. People shed a whole jug of tears for wife and children. They swim in tears for money. But who weeps for God? Cry to Him with a real cry. Longing is like the rosy dawn. After dawn, out comes the sun. Longing is followed by the vision of God. God reveals Himself to a devotee who feels drawn to Him by the combined forces of these three attractions. The attraction for worldly possessions for the worldly man, the child's attraction for its mother, and the husband's attraction for the chaste wife. If one feels drawn to Him by the combined forces of these three attractions, then through it one can attain Him. The point is to love God even as the mother loves her child, the chaste wife her husband, the worldly man his wealth. Add together these three forces of love, these three powers of attraction, and give it all to God. Then you will certainly see Him. Dear children, one night a man had a dream that he was taking a walk. Across the sky flashed scenes from his life. For each scene, he noticed two sets of footprints on the sand, one belonging to him and the other to the Lord. When the last scene flashed before him, he looked back at the footprints in the sand, and he noticed that many times along the path of his life, there was only one set of footprints. He also noticed that this happened at the very lowest and saddest moments of his life. This really bothered him, and he questioned the Lord about it. Lord, you said that once I decided to follow you, you would walk with me all the way. But I have noticed that during the most troublesome times in my life, there is only one set of footprints. Don't understand why, when I needed you most, you would leave me. The Lord replied, my son, my precious child, I love you and I will never leave you. During your times of trial and suffering, when you saw only one set of prints, it was then that I carried you. Epistles of Swami Ramdas. Beloved Ram, Prem is born of the universal vision, that is of Nirguna Darshan. It is like the Ganges reaching the ocean and becoming one with it. The true devotee is he who has realized that he and the Lord of the universe are not separate. It is not a vision, merely external or merely internal. It is the spiritualization of his entire being through complete union with and absorption in the cosmic spirit and power. Thereafter, he may assume for the sake of Prema Leela any role in his relation with God. No doubt, communion with saints is a great help, and their sayings teach us the right path, but we ought to outgrow all external help and obtain liberation through our own experience and realization. No doubt, communion with saints is a great help, and their sayings teach us the right path, but we ought to outgrow all external help and obtain liberation through our own experience and realization. Realize, realize, realize. Give up all preconceived notions and thoughts borrowed from the expressions and sayings of saints who gave in to them in the various moods of their self-realization. See for yourself, understand for yourself, and assert and make manifest your own divine nature. Give up all preconceived notions and thoughts borrowed from the expressions and sayings of saints who gave in to them in the various moods of their self-realization. See for yourself, understand for yourself, and assert and make manifest your own divine nature. Muktananda's visit to Chennai. As willed by beloved Papa, Muktananda visited Chennai from 28 September to the 3rd of October. During his sojourn, a 3-day spiritual retreat was held at Prem Nagar, Padappai. Some of the points covered in the sessions were as follows. Ideal of the ashram. Pirad Papa said, the ideal which the ashram holds before it is universal love and service, based upon a vision of divinity in all beings and creatures of the world. Here every man, woman or child, to whatever denomination, creed or caste the person may belong, shall have free access. This is a place where every effort will be made to cultivate the spirit of mutual love and service, so that what is realized within its walls may prove as an example for the right conduct of human life in the world outside. The Lord is our help and guide in all matters. May He, with all His bounty, shower His blessings on the great service which this home of love and bliss has undertaken to discharge. So 4 important points in this message. They are universal love and service based upon the vision of divinity in all. Seeing divinity in all means endeavoring to pursue the common factor God dimension in all events and individuals. We can behold the vision of divinity in everyone and everything only by trying to identify our origin, which is one and the same. Mutual love and service. Ashram is a school where we come to learn universal love and service. That means when we are here, our entire should be an expression of mutual love and service. The Lord is our help and guide. Every time we have to keep on reminding, our sense of individuality with its puny intellect has all limitations, but only because of Him. Complete reliance on God, that is what is meant. Total reliance on God is what it is meant. The Lord is our help and guide. Home of love and bliss. We should feel the homely, one with here. We have not gone to any other place. If we have come to our own home, this is what Mataji used to keep on telling us. So these 4 points in this, is very, very, very important. Those of us who are living here, also you have to keep on reminding ourselves, because we tend to forget about this. And those who are coming to the ashram, they must also know that. They are coming to the ashram not as an ashram or an institution. They are coming to their own home. When you go to your home, even if you find anything wrong or anything not, you will not complain or grumble. You will try to set right, by lovingly handling, lovingly talking. Triune path. To facilitate this expansion, Virat Papa has placed before us the triune path of Nam Seva Dhyan. Nama to remember Him, Seva to serve Him in all forms, animate and inanimate, and Dhyana to feel His presence within and without. We have been told by Master that He is not an entity, the great provider, but a subtle and mysterious power. This power is the seed from which the present sense of individuality came into being. When we in the form of the seed were in our mother's womb, in 9.5 months the power enabled us to develop 200 odd organs which function in a well-coordinated manner. When we came out into the world, we did not bring anything with us. The power which gave us life in the body is responsible for providing us with everything through Mother Nature and society. Now we realize that we are what we are because of the bounteous gifts given by Him through Mother Nature and society. But when we deal with men and matters, we do it from our me and mind level, oblivious of our original nature. Constant remembrance of our origin helps us to see the common factor in as many creations as possible, facilitating us to expand from me to we and then from we to Him, which in turn reduces the dominance of me and mine. Daily routine in ashram. Importance of all programs are as started out by Puja Mataji, starting from Vishnu Sahasranama and concluding with Arati, was shared. Importance. Anecdote. On the occasion, Gandhi Jayanti. On this occasion, the predominating words of revered Gandhiji were shared. What is the mark of a man who has Rama enshrined in his heart? Such a man will take God's name with every breath. His Rama will be awake even while the body is asleep. Rama will always be with him in whatever he does. The ideal death of such a developed man will be loss of the sacred companionship. Anecdotes from Gandhiji's inspiring life were also shared. Thus, the 3-day session came to a close with the clear understanding that we live, we work, we deal with men and matters as we try to shape our mind and heart, trying to manifest the divine spark that is within us. Ultimately, what comes out of these efforts is harmony at home, harmony at the workplace, and harmony with friends. In memoriam, Srimati Meena Bhagirathi S. Sudha, who was an ardent devotee of the ashram from Bangalore, wife of Sri Suryanarayan CS, was called by Beloved Papa on the 5th October. We pray for Beloved Papa's blessings on the dear departed soul for eternal rest and peace at his lotus feet. Anandashram News, 15,500 crore Nam Japa Yajna for world peace. The total Japa received in the fourth round or third round? Third round. Of the Japa, 15,500 crore Japa Yajna for September was 200 crores. The grand total of the Japa done so far in this round now stands at 800 crores. Puja Swami Sachidanandaji 15th Samadhi Day. This day, which was observed on the 12th October, reminded us all of Puja Swamiji's exhortation. Human birth is a gateway to liberation. Our true being is our destination, our real home, our own self. So we go back as naked as we started from there. Our life has not been initiated by us. It has been initiated by God. This fact is often forgotten. Therefore, we interact only from the me and mind level. Puja Swamiji wanted us to go back to our real home, which he emphasized could be done by going to it in the spiritual nakedness of the soul. This means that we have to overcome all our preconceived notions, assumptions, rights and wrong, likes and dislikes, etc. What prevents us from approaching our real home is the feeling that we are the doers and enjoyers, while the fact is that He graces us sense of individuality to function as per His will. He has gifted us. When this gets stabilized, we will be moving towards our real home. Puja Mataji Krishnabai's 120th Jayanti. This occasion, which was celebrated on the 14th October, was instrumental in making all deeply ponder over her following inspiring words. All that Papa wants us to do is to transform whatever we say and do and think from the first person into second person. What we have to do is to dedicate all that we do with our mind, lips and hands to Him who is seated in our hearts and in the hearts of us all and who is still beyond everything. This is not something we need to practice at a later date. We can start from this very moment. How should we do this? When we chant Ram Nam, we should know that He is making us chant. This could be one method of attributing our thoughts, words and deeds to the second person instead of the first person. This is a full-time sadhana prescribed by Puja Mataji in a simple, humble manner. Bookstall. By the abundant grace of Beloved Papa, the bookstall in the ashram was extended and renovated, and the inauguration was done on the 7th October 2023. Here ashram publications are available in various languages. Ananda Kudir. The opening of Ananda Kudir at Ayodhya Vanam was done amid the sonorous symphony of Ramnam on 23rd October 2023. Ananda Kudir will serve as a venue for periodic interactive sessions with students on value education and life skills. So far, 21 camps were conducted in this academic year, in which 981 students had participated. 104th Jayanti of Puja Swami Sachidanandaji. The 12th November 2023 reminds us of Puja Swami Sachidanandaji's 104th Jayanti. The very mention of Puja Swamiji's name brings to mind his gentleness, humility and all-loving nature. Everyone who was blessed to come under the sway of his love can emphatically state that they did know that Puja Swamiji had a special place in his heart for them. On this joyous occasion, the vision offers its humble homage to Puja Swamiji and seeks his blessings on all to be able to love and serve all in the way that he did. Thought for the month. Love is the expression of God. To realize love is to realize God. God is all-pervading and is seated in the hearts of all beings, creatures and things. To love all is to be in tune with God, to become conscious of our perfect oneness with every form of manifestation in the universe. As you know, from last month onward, we have cut it down to 16 pages. And we are trying to have this audio also, so that it becomes more and more effective. Now, you heard so many things. What is it that strikes? Huh? Love? Some clarity about the word love. Actually, Papa wants us to know that the love comes from the impersonal factor, flows into personal factor. When we feel affinity towards anybody, closeness towards anybody, it is something, that is inherent in us coming out. But it becomes attachment when it is given only to that particular individual. That is why Papa said, not that we have to love him as God. It is not that we have to love God. We have to realize God as love. Because God is not an entity. Yes, then anything else? Story. When we seek refuge in him, we are never abandoned. We are ever protected. We are ever taken care of. That is what the story says. Yes? Nobody is telling. Wait.
Now we have to do manana. Now we have to do manana, Swamiji.
No, Swamiji. All points were jotted down one after another, and it comes to nearly 14 essential points.
What are they?
And the different dates.
What are they?
Proposed vision for November, poem of beloved Papa.
Okay.
And then issue of the vision, and then words of Puja Mataji.
What is that? One word from that, no.
Mataji is was after Papa. The word Papa.
Okay.
He instead of Ram.
Sari.
Papa with Bhakti Chakra. And then words of Puja Swami Sachidananda. Love God above all, alike. All else, and then
Wait, let them also say, okay, 1 minute. Yes, anybody else?
what?
About Om Swamiji.
Huh?
Neelam.
Neelam ji, tell me, what is that?
About Om Swamiji.
Come, return home.
Return home. Very good, very good. This is what we want. Some catching words, That means it is registered in our mind. So Puja Swamiji is...
Swamiji, I tell everyone, ashram is my first home.
Ashram is my first home. Yes. Then.
Swamiji also knows.
Yes, then.
Swamiji, the power is the form of seed. The power is in the form of seed.
Yes. Then.
Swamiji, Hari Om.
Hari Om.
So for me, this is a lot of manana to be done on this, that everything we are doing is from the first person to the second person.
Correct.
Means offering everything we do from morning till night, as it is that power that is making me do. It is He who is making me do. So offering everything as Ishwar Arpan Buddhi, and then because we forget that, and the me and mine comes.
Correct. It's a very, very...
So even when we are chanting,
Yeah.
yes, something.
Very good. No, this is very important.
Even chanting, He is making me do. I am not able to
Correct.
do myself. So He is in everything, and He is the one who is making
me do.
So me and mine has to slowly.
Correct.
Yeah.
Very salient point. Very salient. That gives a lot of clarity for our sadhana. Changing from first person to second person. Yes. Then.
So Swamiji said, we are sadhakas 24 hours, not just when we are doing round.
Yes.
Hari Om.
Yes. Then. Anything else from this month?
And then the Kutis. Ayodhya. 104 yajna of Sachidanand. Mataji yajna 115.
He is telling that 12th October, 14th October, the importance of that.
That has come,
12th October and
that is...
Yeah, that is okay.
That is where this real home came. That is where the first person to second person came.
yes.
That is important, Otherwise it is like any other day. That is any other day. It comes and goes. But what is more important is on that particular day, what they touched and kindled in us. So on Mataji's Jayanti day, she touched and kindled in us to transform from the first person to the second person. And on the 104th Jayanti of Swamiji, he made us to think about our real home. Real home is inside, the spiritual kingdom in us. And for that, what is preventing us is the sense of individuality. I won't say sense of individuality when we say, don't belittle it or don't negate it because it has been given to us. The sense of doership, the sense of enjoyership. That is the one which prevents us from knowing our real home. So, as spiritual aspirants struggling to reach the soul, we have to keep on bringing this. And he added one more word. We have to go in the spiritual nakedness of the soul. That means we have to remove all that we have put on ourselves. Whereas it is because of him only we are what we are. That we have forgotten, that is why we have put so many things on us. Relations, our attachment to relations, attachment to wealth, fame, name, fame, status, position. He gave us all these things. But if suppose we feel that we are only an instrument, we will not arrogate. We will not say that my will is supreme. So that was what was brought out by Puja Swamiji on his 104th. So it is not the 104th or 120th day that is important. What did they touch and kindle in us on that day? Which will help me in my sadhana. Then,
Sir, we have to try to laugh only, not other things.
We don't have to love God, we have to realize God as love.
we don't have to love God, but we have to realize God as love. It may be a tall talk, but suppose we do manana, here the love stands for absence of otherness. It is not the love that we normally use the word love. That love has come out from the original love, no doubt. But it is given only to a few persons. When it is given to everybody equally, then it becomes purified love, we can call it as purified love. So that is God. Absence of otherness is God. I do not separate myself from the rest of the people. So in the Vyavaharik sense, possessiveness will not be there, appropriating to myself tendency will not be there, hoarding will not be there, at the same time becoming sensitive to the demands and suffering of the people or the creatures in and around us. Not only human beings. Quality, care and concern for all. That will well up in our mind if we really understand that love is God. Yes, then?
Swamiji, we have to try to laugh only, not other things.
We have to
Worldly
cry
things.
to the Lord.
We have to cry to the Lord,
Not for
correct.
worldly things,
Correct.
but for God.
We have to plead our inability. We all understand this, we all would like to have it, but something prevents us. Kindly step in and then put us on the rails to somehow reach us. You know that?
4 points, unity in all things.
Universal love and service based on vision of divinity and complete reliance on God, home of love and peace.
When we were sharing the thoughts in Chennai, the first thing we took up was the ideal of the ashram. Many of the people may not know that Papa had given out this. We all go to the ashram, but we never knew about it because those who have read In the Vision of God, in the last portion only this has been brought out. Many people would not have gone to that extent. That is why we brought it we thought of putting it in a board fixed in the entrance of the centenary hall. But even then people come, it would not have registered. So that is why elaborately we dwelt upon it. Every word. So there are 4 important points. One is universal love and service based upon the vision of divinity. The word divinity can give so many concepts in us. To make it simple, common factor in all of us. What is it that is common in all of us? That we have to identify. And here also our master helps us go to the origin. When I go to the origin, when I find that I am not there at the time of origin, that means everything has come from that. This sense of me and mine came only later. So if everyone goes to their origin, they will find that it is free from the me and mine. So universal love and service can become a reality only when we try to understand this origin. And then the next one is mutual love and service. When we come to this ashram, Mataji always used to say that it is a school to learn universal love and service. So first we try, this is a laboratory. This is a field where we can try that. So those who are inmates of this ashram, they must also try to mutual love and service, try to develop. Because in Vyavahar, there could be so many differences. At that time, because we are not pure, we are likely to get prejudiced, we differ, so many things happen. So here Papa cautions us, this is a place where you will try for mutual love and service. That means here we will try to see that nobody is another. And the third one, most important, the Lord is our help. Every time we should know that the origin from where we came. He is our sole refuge. He is our guide. So whenever we forget and we feel we have lost the way, we should immediately contact Him who is within us. You made us to involve in so many things. In that process, I forgot about your guidance. And then now I am in a state where, I don't know how to move forward. So always reminding ourselves of the importance of God dimension, everything. He is the planner, He is the originator, He is the initiator, He is the provider. And the last one is home of love and service. The more we think about it, we should not treat this as an organization. We should not treat this as an establishment. We should feel we are going to our own home. So as we said earlier, when we go to our home, we may see some things, not right, not good, but we will not grumble and complain. We will try to set the situation right. So that is being highlighted, these 4 points. Universal love and service based upon the vision of divinity. That means the common factor in us, the source. So He makes us to go to the source by this very word. And when we travel toward the source, we find this me and mine is not there. Because this fellow was not there when I was conceived as a seed in my mother's womb. And now he is dominating and separating me from the rest of the people. So that is why I am nowhere near universal love and service. Those who are attached to me, those who go by my words, I am attached to them, It's a wonderful word Papa has used. And the second one is mutual love and service. We have to try here the mutual love and service. If we fail here, we will never be able to understand it outside. And third one is, Lord is our help. Every time, through chanting Ramnam, we are trying to remember that He is, He has been, He is, He was, He will be with us. And a sense of belonging to this ashram, homely feeling. We will not become indifferent, It is not my job, why should I do job? This is because the sense of, suppose the light is on, we pass through that building. It's not our building. But the moment you know this is our ashram, you will immediately go and switch off. It's a wonderful word Papa has used. So these 4 points we have to keep on remembering always. Always we have to remember. Otherwise we will forget. Then, anything else?
Creator, protector and destroyer.
She was confused when every time when they repeat, no, oh create, oh Lord of the universe, you are the creator, protector and destroyer of the world. So like all of us, Mataji also initially thought, when we say God is love, how can he be the destroyer? So then, to understand what is real love, when she started going inward, what all we have been hugging as ours, what all we have been holding it as mine, everything get dropped one by one, and she was able to reach the stage where nothing knowable remains. Then she could understand the meaning. On a different plane, there are creations, relationship, interdependence, interconnectedness, everything is there. But when we are past thoughts, nothing is there. Even we cannot say nothing is there, because that is purely an experiential realm. Certainly no knowables are there, okay. In any field, normally we name it, we put a label, which is called knowable. Whatever we have understood, memorized, learned, it immediately comes and puts a label. So all these knowables are removed there. They drop off, not removed, drop off. And there, nothing remains. Mataji brings the word, the great void. It is not nothing. It does not contain anything that is knowable. But it contains everything. It is beyond knowable, but it facilitates to contain everything. It remains Nirguna Nirakara Shashvata Ananda Swarup. Nirguna Nirakara Nirvikara. That Nirvikara, So only through manana that can be reached. So in that stage, from that stage, when we come down, we say, yes, he is also the destroyer. More of this tomorrow. You may all kindly think about it. On first, we will be sending it through email. If possible, we will have that audio also. So that not one time reading, any time you feel like you have to keep on reading. What is more important is manana. Only through manana we will be able to slowly assimilate or absorb the wonderful theme contained in these expressions. A casual reading will not help us, to be very frank, to be born blunt. We may not be able to concentrate on all words, but something may be there which will immediately connect us. Concentrate upon that, that's all. Hari Om. Om Shri Ram.
Jayanti aunty.
Yes?
Swami Mataji has taught us true love, true seva from beginning. So we are following. At our place, everyone is following that. Mataji has taught
Mataji
us
has
from
taught
beginning.
true love and true seva.
What is the true love?
They are all following that.
Very good, very good. But that should be based on the common factor.
Yes, Swamiji.
That should be based on the common factor. Individual to individual, suppose we love everybody, we serve everybody, from the individual plane to the individual, it helps. But if it has to help us really...
Because Mataji has hammered, and it's gone to our
correct.
body.
That's why she said this first person to second person. The second person comes even when we do the loving and seva, then it becomes complete. Yeah. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram 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 Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Hari Om to everybody. Hari Om. Hari Om. Hari Om. Pranam. Pranam.